So we stand by to get underway here at Mongomo. And a real must-win encounter for the Ghanaians, having dropped all their points, all previous points in the match against Senegal, giving up that last-minute winner. Need to make amends here today. Defeat will almost certainly see them eliminated from the competition. Komlan Koulibaly brings plenty of experience to the officiating of today's game. So it's Ghana who will get matters underway. Their young goalkeeper Razak Brima in goal. Young in terms of experience, maybe not so much in terms of age. He comes into this tournament age 27, but only a recent discovery for the Ghanaian national team. Jordan Ayew looked nice and lively in the previous encounter, tied a little bit towards the end of the game. And he, along with his brother Dede Ayew, will be key components of Ghana's attack in today's match. One interesting tactical switch is the positioning of this young man, Daniel Amate, in central defence alongside Jonathan Mensah. Mohamed Awal being dropped. Amate was playing in a midfield come fullback role in the first game on the right-hand side. This is only his second cap. And he's been given a big responsibility alongside Mensah. It used to be a strong point for Ghana, the centre-back pairing, but they have battled with injury. Minko and the likes of John Boy over the last couple of years, and of course the retirement from the international game of the stalwart John Mensah. Gulam. And it's turned over here for Jordan Ayew. Aqua now. One of the two changes in the side, the man from Parma. His side really struggling in Serie A. They've got a paltry 9 points from 19 games in the competition. Look as if they're certainly going to be relegated at the end of the season. Aqua gets some relief from the obvious misery at his club at the moment. Enjoying himself here at the Nations Cup with his compatriots. It'll be even sweeter though if Ghana can continue in this tournament. So first early touch there for Brima will give him an opportunity to settle. Since Ghana started so poorly at a Nations Cup competition. 2006 in Egypt, they lost the first game that they played to Nigeria and went out of the tournament after Zimbabwe beat them. Didn't make it into the quarterfinals. 4 semi-finals in the last 4 tournaments is testimony to the ability of the side, and Ayew's been involved in all of them, save for one. Missed out on the tournament in South Africa with injury. Aqua up in the air along with Belfodil. Free kick's been given Algeria's way. Ajiman Badu suggesting he was pushed, but referee saw it the other way. To choose between the two going up in that challenge. Rahim is the one who gets the call. So let's see what Algeria can do from this first real set-piece opportunity of the game. A bit far out perhaps for a long-range shot to test the goalkeeper, but Gulam might fancy his chances. Let's see. Going to go with the left foot. It's a little chip, and it goes well wide of Brima's goal. Well, the confidence of having scored against South Africa. This he almost tried to float into the back of the net of the Ghanaians, and had that been on target, fancy it wouldn't have been too difficult for the goalkeeper to deal with. Jan gets the flick on. Jordan Ayew chases. Now let's see what Brahimi can put together. Key man, of course, for Algeria and their big star of the World Cup. Really was a morale-boosting experience in Brazil for the Algerians to qualify for the very first time into the second round of the competition. You'll remember they went to Spain in 1982 and beat the then West Germany and still didn't make it into the knockout phase or into the next round, but in Brazil they achieved that long-held ambition, and they took the eventual winners of the competition, Germany, to extra time in Porto Alegre before a honourable discharge from the World Cup. Now held up by Belfodil. Back to Taida. Larson spreads it wide. Good pressure here from the Ghanaians, but Manda continues. Slipping it through, looking up front for Belfodil. Bentaleb. Larson. Good pass. Brahimi. Gulam. Well, he just took his eye off the ball for a moment and it went into touch. A little disappointing there for the Algerians. They thought they were onto something. Brahimi at the heart of the creativity. Bulgaria now. The skipper these days plays his club football in Qatar. Amate. Bit of pressure here as Brima shows a little bit too much of that to Brahimi, bearing down on the goalkeeper. Well, they certainly will be nervous coming into this game, Ghana, given how things turned out against Senegal. Maybe that's a little example of pre-match nerves. Guerra injured in this challenge with Dede Ayew. Now Medjani. French-born is Karl Medjani. By Belfodil. Now maybe an opportunity for Ghana on the edge of the area, but it's taken away by the Algerians. They will clear their lines once more. Amate underneath this, along with Belfodil. Neatly played into Brahimi. Bentaleb. Lots of confidence in this youngster. It's been a heady last 12 months for him, having been put into the Spurs first team just on a year ago in the Premier League, and Tim Sherwood was still in charge. And in the space of 12 months, he's been to a World Cup. He's now competing at the Nations Cup, a regular for his country. that both Belfodil and Bentaleb unable to get onto the flag up for offside against both of them, and chance for Ghana now to get into this game. Ajiman Badu has done so well for Ghana at both senior and under 20 level. Cover defense from Majani. Spectacular set of tattoos from the defender. So Goulam to take the throw-in, player from Napoli, formerly with Saint-Etienne, amongst several now in this Algerian side who earn their keep in Italy. A handful in Spain as well. It's not the French clubs that, or players from French clubs that dominate the Algerian lineup anymore. Brahimi. Of course, is in Portugal with FC Porto, having moved from Spain. This will be the last tournament for Mr. Koulibaly. At 44, he reaches the mandatory age of retirement for international referees, although that might soon be a thing of the past. But we would fancy that focus will be on young up-and-coming talent for future events. Turn from Belfodil. Oh, the decision will go against him from the linesman on the far side. Football so far from Ghana, but being forced back by the Algerians. Bulgaria was in there, stopping Jordan Ayew in his tracks. Amate. Maybe going down a little too easily there. Asamoah Gyan. On from Belfodil, but there's no one running onto it. Throw-in will be taken by Harrison Aful. Many years now on the books of Esperance in Tunisia. He'll be back with them after the tournament as they begin yet another bid to win the Champions League in Africa. Always in and amongst the contenders. Brahimi sizes up the options. There are 5 Algerians in and around the edge of the penalty area. Lots of screaming and shouting by the Ghanaians. This might be the first chance of the game. Brahimi cleared away by Atsu, kicked upfield. Ayew just asking for a little more patience from Atsu before delivering a wild clearance. He was maybe on for a little slip pass there on the counter. Aful is underneath this. Turn from Atsu and a handball. evidence. Picked up by the linesman. Now Belfodil looking to get behind Aful. Stuck out on his left-hand side, getting a little frustrated, and you get to play 15 minutes. Second match last night in Ebebien between Cape Verde and the Democratic Republic of Congo was devoid of any real goal-scoring chances until right at the end of the match. And this has started off at a fairly pedestrian pace. They are naturally two cagey sides. The Ghanaians, of course, will be a little wary after losing to Senegal, but maybe a chance here as the flag goes up for offside again. Algeria are traditionally also very slow out of the starting blocks. Clearly caught offside was Jordan Ayew. Little flick pass with the head by Asamoah Gyan. Taida comes away with it now. Louis, we've not seen much of so far in this game. Good turn here from Brahimi. They've got the talent, certainly, Algeria, to take these young Ghanaian defenders on and perhaps cause them some damage. And from Valencia is going to leave it. Fullback Munda will take it. Decision against Belfodil. He's one of the two Parma men on the pitch today, along with his clubmate Aqua, who's up against him. Moved back to Parma at the start of the season. He was in the books of Inter Milan. The former junior at Paris Saint-Germain is Belfodil, the lead striker tonight. Past one challenge. Big Louis is looking for the early pass. It was intercepted. Ghana can clear their lines. Mario gets a little bit of a knock. It's a game already with a fair amount of enterprise. Ooh, that would have hurt. Are you feeling the full force of that challenge from Saipo Taida? Difficult day for the Algerian coach. The news from home that his mother passed away last night. Big assignment though of the Nations Cup. Lima comes out. That's a big roar of approval from the Ghanaian fans away on the stand on the other side of the field. Confidence a world of good. This finds Brahimi. Gulam once more to Brahimi. Louis was in a bit of space there. Now he has possession. Shallow pass, didn't find Munda. They recover it to Algeria. Started all over again. Medjani to Gulam. Massive support for Algeria across the country, and of course in France, where they have such a big community, where so many of these players were born, and where often when Algeria win, they come out onto the streets to celebrate. Brahimi. challenge from Atsu is an illegal one, says the referee. So another free kick here for Algeria. They've taken it quickly. Bulgaria. Louis. Gets the return pass. Playing the 1-2 here. This might be an opportunity. Tyder drags it back. And that is a disappointing touch in there from Bentaleb. The youngest man in this Algerian squad, and he certainly could have done better. Lots of potential. Lots of people believe that he's going to be a big star of African football in the future, Bentaleb. Comfortable already in the Premier League in England, amongst the big name players. And a real chance to add some further lights to his name. Look at the clash again. Aqua against Tyder. And here was the opportunity for Bentaleb. Nicely dragged back. Bentaleb will be disappointed with steering that ball off target. 20 minutes gone then in the first game of the day. It's Group C action today. This is the third game of the group. Ghana with a defeat to their name, Algeria with a 3-1 win. The biggest success for any team in this tournament so far. Ayew trying to work it through, but it's a good interception from the Algerians on the edge of the area. There's Dede Ayew. He continues. Good running on the overlap from Afou. So Algeria continue to hold their line. I don't think their goalkeeper Mbouli's had a touch of the ball yet in this game. There's Mensah. Spoke very eloquently 2 days ago, did Mensah, of the disappointment of losing to Senegal and Ghana's determination to fight their way back in this group. And that is a very strong challenge on Brahimi. The Algerians have certainly got something to say about it. I think the ref's going to take some action too. Lunge at Brahimi from Aqua. He is very lucky not to be booked for that. That looked odds on for a yellow card. Now Bentaleb. Well, it's been given as a goal kick, and Bentaleb did very well to kick that onto Amate. Over on the far side, got it wrong. Aqua now finally gets a little word from the referee. Apologizes as well to Brahimi, but that was a rash challenge in the middle of the park that really should have earned him a yellow. Pressure on here from Jordan Ayew. Decision goes in favor of Medjani. Physical game so far in this game, but there's the shove on Medjani that the referee didn't like. Brahimi. Louis. John goes down under the challenge in some spectacular fashion, and again the referee decides to ignore him. And so Algeria continue, and that's the second time now that Goulam has taken his eye off the ball and allowed it to go into touch. was always going to be a tough encounter for both of these sides. Both, of course, in the top 10, or the top 5, I should say, of the standings of African sides on the FIFA rankings. Algeria #1, of course. Atsu looking to go wide, the interception from Fegloui, and finally Mboli gets a chance to participate in this game. The French-born keeper now plying his trade in Philadelphia in Major League Soccer. Saw a wonderful goal from another MLS-based player, Nyongo of Cameroon. Equalizer against Guinea in their match in Malabo some 3 days ago. Gede Ayew. Clearances from Kalmajani. Fegloui keeps it in play to the benefit of Ayew. Now to his brother Jordan. In from Atsu. No way through there for the Ghanaians. Good challenge from Akwa. Gets his opportunity in the lineup today. Now Akwa. That's the second time, says the referee. And Akwa is going to get the first yellow card of the game. And that'll come as a surprise to many. Tough tackling midfield player, certainly gets himself about. Now just got to be a lot more cautious as this game develops. The challenge on Tyder caught him late. Grant out off the bench and onto the side of the pitch. Some encouragement for his players. His second game in charge, of course. Didn't get off to the winning start that he was hoping for, but at half-time in the first game, it all looked to be silky smooth for Avram Grant on debut on the Ghanaian bench. Now he's already feeling the pressure of being a losing coach in charge of the Black Stars. It's a lonely post. Now, will that be given as a corner? Confirmation from the referee. So good work from Ayew. There were two Algerians keeping a close watch on him. Atsu takes it. Strong header away out of defence from Medjani. Good pressure though from Ghana to not allow Algeria to clear their lines with any success. Ajiman Badu putting his body on the line there. Fadul was actually born in Algeria but grew up in France, played for their junior sides. He was an under-17, under-18, under-19 and under-20 international for France. But as long as you haven't played for the full national side, you still have a chance to change your nationality, as long, of course, as if you qualify for the nationality of the country which you seek to join. You must have dual nationality before you seek to make the change with FIFA, and they will allow you to move to another country. Only once, though. There are a lot of former French junior internationals these days who haven't made it into the senior national side, who've thrown their lot in with the African countries because their parents originally hail from there. A lot of good African players, though, gone into the French side too, at full international level. That free kick's going to be given Ghana's way. Ajimang Badu and Belfodil get involved in a little altercation there that could see both of these players in some serious trouble. The reaction from Ajimang Badu can be seen as retaliation, and then Belfodil unnecessarily also getting stuck in there. Well, it's a big call now for the referee, Koulibaly. Does he let this go and perhaps use some what he would feel is wise judgment on the situation, or is he going to set an example for these two players? And he's looking for Ajimang Badu, who's still in there, and Belfodil, and that's his clubmate Aqua, making them shake hands. That's one way, I suppose, of dealing with it. And there's Ajimang Badu brought down. Now this reaction could well have got him a red card. And then, of course, Belfodil reacts on top of that. But the referee's decided that it's all can all be solved with a handshake and not spoil the match with too many cards. And so his approach is the final one, and resultantly both players consider themselves fairly fortunate that Mr. Koulibaly got out of bed on the right side today. His patience is being tested, it must be said. Some tough challenges in here. Studs up from Tider, and in the end Rahman took his foot out of the challenge. Another set-piece chance for Algeria. Header away is from Amarte. Finds Atsu. Afro clears. Over the head of Gulam. Cover defense from Manda. Uli. Strong header from Bentaleb. Gets the return pass. Amate makes the challenge only as far as Brahimi. This is Larson now. Out wide from Tider. Brings the fullback Munda into play, but his pass is short. Ajimang Badu. Bugera intercepts. Brahimi. It's neatly taken away by Aqua. Brave work there from Majani, getting his head in there to clear. Fullback as well, Majani, and defensive midfielder if needed. Good utility player to have in the squad, particularly for a tournament like this. He's 60 next year. Avram Grant has had something of a distinguished career, with Chelsea, of course, being the high point and where he earned his international profile. And one kick away from potentially winning the Champions League. Chelsea losing to Man United in that famous final in Moscow. Maybe Ghana could be another high point for him if he can conjure up a comeback at this Africa Cup of Nations here in Equatorial Guinea after that disappointing defeat at the hands of Senegal in the previous game. Forward from Aqua. Gian being very closely watched by Majani. Now here goes Belfodil again. Gulam finds Taida. Bentaleb battling away with Atsu, the last touch of the Algerian. That'll be enough to get the ball back to the goalkeeper. 10 minutes now left in this first half, half devoid of any clear-cut chances really on either side, and a tough game for these two teams, looking to conjure a breakthrough. Ghana got that early goal against Senegal courtesy of a penalty, the pace of Atsu catching the Senegalese goalkeeper in the previous round, but there's been no real running at this Algerian defence from the Ghanaians in this game. They are very quickly closed down, and as you can see there's very little room with which to work. Leaves it for Taida. Louis got support on the overlap. Manda likes pushing forward. Medjani. Bully to clear on the left foot. Amate, header back into the danger zone in search of Jordan Ayew. Here's Ajiman Badu. Jonathan Mensah. Still no progress for Ghana. The pressing game has been very impressive from Algeria in this first half. Brima's going to send it straight down the middle. Maybe a little thick on for Jan, who's so good at that. Afu. 3 in the middle to aim for. Chips it in there. Bulgaria, with an experienced head of his, gets the vital touch. Algeria to clear their lines. Larsen. Gula. Flag is up. Belfodil had a quick look across at the linesman in the vain hope that perhaps the flag was staying down, but it was up fairly swiftly. There's a quick look at that headed opportunity for Ghana. Good crossing from Ayew, but that decisive little touch in there from Bulgaria. We're back live again. It's cleared by Medjani. Gulam. Belfodil looks to turn Amate. He's got Brahimi onto the edge of the area. Ghana smother any chance that he might have had. This is Dede Ayew. Well, there were plenty of goals for the good people of Mongomo to enjoy in the previous encounter. 7 on match day 3. Previous encounters, I should say, here in Group C. The 2 matches between Senegal and Ghana, and then South Africa and Algeria. Not much going in this game though. Amate takes this to Ajiman Badu in search of Jan. Hoping it would pass over the top of Bugera, which it did not. Belfodil. Tied up. Strong clearance from Rahman, the youngster from Augsburg in the German Bundesliga. Virtually no space with which Ghana can work. It's a very good pressing game from Algeria. Perhaps the realization from the previous match against South Africa that technically a quicker and faster team could get behind them and create chances, but if you don't allow them any ball, then they can't play, and that's perhaps the game plan that Gorkov has put out here today. Very strong pressing game from Algeria. Interesting to see how long they can keep it going, though. Ghulam. Larsen back to Taider. Bentaleb. Much more patience in these North African sides. Passing sequence. Now Belfodil with a chase. And the cover defence provided by both Mensah and by Amate for goalkeeper Prima. Atsu has possession. Now we need a burst of pace from him to get liven up this game. Skills from Atsu. Can he continue? Cover defence is from Mejani. Throw in Ghana. Full is the man who takes it. So the corner decision has gone the way of the Ghanaians off Ghulam. Atsu to deliver it. Through that near post where Mejani provides the cover and clears it away. Aful. Much more of a tempting ball there for the Ghanaians, but still no opportunity to try anything to test Rice Mbuli in that Algerian goal. Here's Brahimi now. Forward with Dede Ayew. Ghana draw this game. They'll be hoping for some relief in the next match. Senegal don't get away from them, but they really seek Ghana to keep matters in their own hands in this competition. To do so, of course, Ghana would need to win this game. Join Algeria on 3 points. Hope South Africa beat Senegal as well, and they'll be all level pegging at the end of 2 rounds of matches. Long night still ahead of us here in Mongomo. Lots of excitement on the cards, I'm sure. Lots of people waiting with keen anticipation. Chance here now. That's better. Just on the stroke of half-time, we have some action in Mongomo and an opportunity for the Ghanaians. kept in play. Algeria pushing forward. Looking for Belfodil. Good clearance from Mensah. Away from Rahman. That's a very clumsy challenge there from Bugera. He's going to have to try and be as nice to the referee as he possibly can, but Mr. Koulibaly is having none of it. It's going to be a yellow card for the Algerian defender. He's saying it was his first. Why don't you give me maybe a little bit of a warning? But he knows deep down, Majid Bugera, that was a very clumsy challenge. On the stroke of half-time, just checking Aqua's progress there. Fairly cynical from Bugera. This was the scoring opportunity. Atsu involved there. And then the clearance away again by this stout Algerian defence. Has kept it in play, Belfodil, but all in vain because the first half is at an end. Komlan Koulibaly from Mali, tonight's referee, calls the first 45 minutes to a close. A half with very few chances. We've seen maybe towards the end amongst two teams who would be considered fancied for this title coming into what is a very open Orange Africa Cup of Nations and remains so after 6 full days of competition already. Day 7 it is now here in Equatorial Guinea. Bugera this time took his eye off the ball. There's Mohamed Rouaroua, president of the Tunisian Association. The Algerian Association, my apologies, who is, of course, watching his team with more than just a passing interest. Looked fairly nervous in his chair up in that VIP box. Manda to clear for Algeria. Came off for Jordan Ayew. We will have a throw in here for the Algerians again. Manda plays for Reims in the French league. Got his first call-up just before the World Cup in Brazil. Didn't play in any of the World Cup qualifiers, but got to go to the tournament in Brazil, and has been a regular in the team ever since. Now Brahimi, Fegloui rather. Manda behind him. Bugera skippering the Algerians in place of Halishi. Dede Ayew. Aqua finds Jan. Good ball out wide. This might be an opportunity. Here's Jordan Ayew. Can he deliver a cross? Cuts inside, tries the shot. Blocked by Manda. Well, there were several players to his right looking for the ball. Jordan Ayew is typical of a striker. Felt that he could try his luck from that range. Manda's foot there made it very easy for Mbuli to make the save, taking some of the sting off that shot, taking much of the sting off that shot, I should say. This is Rahman with a throw-in. Back from Amate, up in the air from Medjani. Ulam again. The draw tonight between these two sides would present Tunisia, Senegal rather, still with an opportunity of progressing into the next round. That's if they beat South Africa in the second game, which follows this one here tonight at Estadio de Mongomo. Senegal would move to 6 points. Algeria would be on 4. South Africa would be effectively out without any, and Ghana would be on 1. But there's a lot of ifs and buts in all of those equations, and still plenty of football ahead of us tonight. All sorts of potential permutations could unfold as the night develops. A little bit cooler now in Mongomo for these two sides out on the park as well. We started around about 31 degrees was the temperature. It's been pounding down all day, but now it's a little bit cooler. That will certainly be welcome for the players. Last touch of Brahimi. No surprise, he was Algeria's player of the year for the last 12 months, given his performances in Brazil. There he is again, Brahimi. Too strong from Belfodil. There the Ayew with a scream of pain there as he got stood on by Belfodil. The play continues though. Ayew now goes down and will look for some treatment. He's pointing to the referee, the damage caused by the stud from Belfodil as they went for that challenge. There's the foot right on top of that of Dede Ayew, and you would have heard the scream of pain from him. And he's still walking around with a little bit of a limp. 50 minutes gone. Ghana and Algeria level pegging. I wonder if we're going to see more than one goal in this game. Might open up though. Maybe a different approach after the half-time talk from both of the coaches. Algeria pushing forward down the flanks. It's Manda, whose cross is collected by Brima. Now Larsen taken away by Atsu. Past one challenge. He's got the skill to get through. He continues, finds Jordan Ayew. Good running on the overlap from Aful. Back into Ayew. Aful again. Now the right-footed cross. Not too much height in there. And a glimmer of hope for the Ghanaian fans, who certainly got excited as that ball went into the Algerian penalty box. Now it's out wide again. Aful once more, looking for Jan! Asamoah Gyan, eventually his header runs along the goal line and falls just short of the corner flag, but a good effort nevertheless. This was a very tight angle for him. Always looking for the opportunity, gets in there, turns his head, tries to get some angle on that ball. Just wide of Mboli's goal. So a couple of positive passages of play here from Ghana, who are making some currency down that wing. They might want to keep trying to use the flanks to get behind the Algerian defence. Pegloui now. Too strong there for Bentaleb. Atsu to take it. He's going to leave it. Amate. Ghana making two changes coming into this game, with Mohamed Awal dropped from the defence and Rabiu Mohammed ceding his place in midfield. Three changes in the Algerian lineup for the game, with two new strikers, Tai here and Belfodil, and one new defender in Bugera, who's also the captain today. This might be a chance on the edge of the area. Good defending from Ghana again. The real battle of attrition between these two sides. Baba Rahman involved along with Pegloui. Atsu continues. Atsu, Jan. Flag stays down, and Manda gets a crucial header in there for Algeria. Back to goalkeeper Mbuli. So a little more enterprise from Ghana, a little more initiative, but Coach Avram Grant still believes that a change is needed, and Mubarak Wakaso will come on for a second successive game. Committed by Manda. So the change to be made here. Aqua will come off. Remember, he picked up a yellow in the first half. Maybe Avram Grant considering that, along with a tactical switch with Picasso providing perhaps a little bit more of an attacking option. He got 21 minutes in the game against Senegal. Maybe he can make a bigger impact here. Amongst the leading goal scorers of the last tournament, Islam Slimani will come on for Belfodil in the first change for the Algerians as well. That's a like-for-like change. It was Belfodil who took Slimani's place in the starting lineup for today's game. Slimani, of course, a scorer against South Africa in the previous match. Wakaso straight into the action. Header away from Bentaleb. We will have a Ghanaian throw-in on the far side. So Slimani from Sporting Lisbon and Wakaso from Glasgow Celtic are the two changes. Both attacking injections into this game, which is a good sign for both coaches. Not the best clearances from the goalkeeper. Bentaleb. Algerian throw-in. The Ghanaians felt that Bentaleb had impeded one of their players, but no call given in their favour. Ghulam, long throw to clear it up front, try and get Slimani into the action early on. He'll be a real menace to those two Ghanaian centre-backs. It's Bugera who does well. Amate. Full first played in the Nations Cup back in 2008. He missed a couple along the way, but happy to be back in the Black Stars squad. Bugera. Mensah plays it to Dede Ayew. Wakaso down the flank. The chase is on here for Rahman. Throw in Algeria. Wakaso played in Spain, in Russia, now in Scotland. Not around since leaving Ghana as a youngster. He's originally from Tamale in the north. Then you the Nations Cup finals in 2008 in a stadium which Ghana used on several occasions in the qualifying as well for this competition. Free kick is quickly taken. Referee wants it back on the spot. Put up from Tyder. Left-footed ball in from Wakaso. Bentaleb chases on for Slimani. A long ball gives Brima an opportunity to participate here in the second half. He would have been bitterly disappointed to have been beaten in the very last minutes with basically the last shot of the game against Senegal in Ghana's opening match of this competition. Now Brahimi. Bentaleb. Ghana getting players back behind the ball. In from Brahimi. Slimani not interested, and Big Louis was going in the other direction. Quiet tournament so far from Dede Ayew. Ghana will want more from him. Wakaso. Wakaso with a challenge there on Tyder. What's the referee going to do here? Wakaso making it clear he was chasing onto the ball. He's a very feisty character, Mubarak Wakaso. I think his point is a good one, because no contact on the player and he got to the ball first, but Tyder did enough to convince the referee that it was otherwise. So free kick to Algeria. Here's Gulam. Good collection from Brima. Now Wakaso. Aful. Over the head of Manda. Finds Dede Ayew. Sense of anticipation now in this crowd. What can he do? Ayew. Touch in there from Jordan Ayew. On the back heel. That would have been delightful had it gone anywhere near the goal. It's wide though. Well, the two boys of Abedi Pele showing a little bit of the flair that their father used to have at this highest stage in Africa. Outside of the boots and then a little back heel. Goalkeeper had it covered, to be fair. Now back live again with the Ghanaians, and decision goes against them. It will be Kalmajani who wins the free kick, despite the protests of the crowd. Disappointment for Jordan Ayew. Over an hour of football here in Mongomo. They've had a goalless draw last night between Cape Verde and the Democratic Republic of Congo. The night before as well, between the hosts Equatorial Guinea and Burkina Faso. Hopefully not a third in a row here at the Orange Africa Cup of Nations between these two, but it's going to take a moment of magic to separate the two. It's been so tight. Now the early ball for Jan, he's offside. That's disappointing for Ghana. Good work to win possession, but the linesman from Djibouti says he was offside. Well, that was very tight, and in my opinion, level with the player, which would make Jan onside. And the linesmen really do have to give the advantage to the attacking player if they are not 100% sure, and it's very difficult to see how he could have been absolutely certain that that was offside. So Ghana denied a chance there to have a real opportunity on goal. And they see that again on the replay. plays. When they watch this broadcast back again, I'm sure they'll be fuming. Ajani climbing all over Asamoah Gyan. Free kick to Ghana. Better second half from the Black Stars, it must be said. Concern on the face of Christian Gorkuf, Algeria's coach. He's been in charge now for 8 games. This is his 9th, just 1 defeat. 6 wins and a draw as well. Once more, it's Wakaso. Another floater. A little too strong there from Mubarak Wakaso. Teammates like it though. Encouragement from Asamoah Gyan. Pressure on the goalkeeper. He's got his first name on his shirt. Raisimbuli means king in Arabic. And the king of the penalty box he's been so far in this game. Haven't been able to beat him yet. Now Gyan. Jordan, are you in support? Tries to take on one player too many. Slimani battling there. Good work from Mensah, but it's going to fall for Fegloui. Brahimi out wide. This might be a chance. Bentaleb is wide of goal. Best chance of the game so far for Algeria. And Bentaleb has missed a good opportunity. Was a quick counter set up by Brahimi. Harrison a full out of position. So Bentaleb had a chance here to give Algeria the lead. But the shot across the goal of Brima and wide. So relief for Ghana, disappointment for Bentaleb. No score still. 65 minutes gone, 25 remain. Taken away here. Atsu with some enterprise. Gyan is on. Gyan into the penalty area. Didn't connect properly. Well, the opportunities are few and far between so far in the game, on balance over the last 65 minutes, but we've seen the game opening up now in the last 10 minutes or so. It's guaranteed to be a lot more exciting as we head towards full time. Algeria, of course, will be the happier of the two sides with a draw. Ghana will know that they'll be in serious peril if they do not win this game. So the corner comes off Fegloui. Algeria have yet to win a corner, but this will be the third for Ghana, and once again it's Wakaso with set-piece duties, left-footed, curls it in there. Good header away. Jonathan Mensah come forward. They committed quite a few players. Here's Harrison Aful, many of them staying up there now. Gyan will be cleared by Bulgaria. Larson plays for Getafe in Spain. Brahimi. Bentaleb. Brahimi. This is too close to Brima. A bit more progress for both of these teams. Mensah. Good interception from Tyler. Done a neat job in the midfield today. Not as attacking as he can be in his approach, but given a job, and he's performing it alongside Bentaleb with some aplomb for Algeria. Now Jordan Ayew against Bulgaria. Never shy of an opinion, Majid Bulgaria. Picasso curled in there, not convincingly cleared by Mando. I think got the last touch to it. It should be a Ghanaian ball, but the linesman on the far side has given it the other way. So yet again a marginal call that goes against Ghana. Bentaleb. Naimi brought down, free kick Algeria. Ajiman Badu and Wakaso question the referee. He looks so menacing, Wakaso. Now, Mahrez started the previous game, the player from Leicester City, and he's coming on for Mehdi Larsen, who's more of a central midfield player, whereas Mahrez enjoys playing out wide. A bit of an unknown for Algeria last year, Mahrez, before the World Cup, but got his way into the squad for Brazil. His Leicester City side are showing some improvement in the English League after a slow start to the season. So things are looking up for him. Yeah, might be a chance, but the flag is up. And Prima makes a good save at the same time. Chance for Dede Ayew. He puts his header over the top. Another good ball in there, in between the defence. Disappointment for Ghana. Jun was alongside him. Maybe a little too high, suggests Ayew. There it came. Not the best of technique. Good work from Atsu to set it up. You can see the frustration of Ayew. Well, he's been around long enough to know how important this match is to the Black Stars. Given away, here's Bentaleb. Mahrez now will get a first opportunity down that left-hand side. Denied by some stout defending from Mensah. Now the ref looks as if he's going to reach into his book again. And a yellow card for Bentaleb. Algeria only picked up a single yellow in the match against South Africa. Mansa, the fullback. Here's Wakasu with an effort from long range. They've got 2 in this game already now. Ghana with a throw-in on the far side. Harrison are full. Majid Bulgara. Only as far as Atsu. Finds Jordan Ayew. Little chip in search of Jan. Good idea. Acknowledged by the skipper. But too strong. There'll be 2 more chances for Ghana to make changes, 1 for the Algerians. Ghana look as if they are busy contemplating a second change. This is the man who came on, Wakasu, dispossessed by Taida. Bentaleb, Bulgara. Still Bulgara. Out wide. This is going to be too strong. A little foray forward there from Majid Bulgara. Not often you see him crossing over the halfway line. Ayew. Too much traffic around him. Really haven't given him any space with which to work. Not afforded him any opportunity to run at the defence. 15 minutes left in this Group C encounter. Algeria continue. Shot! Mahrez attempts on the left foot, but puts it wide of Brima's goal. Took on Amate. Amate doing enough to push him out wide and make it very difficult for him to be accurate. And in the end, Mahrez, a fairly poor effort. Manda. Louis looking for the return ball. It's Slimani in the combination. Tackles from the Ghanaians in midfield. Ghana will play South Africa here when they have their next game on Tuesday. Final match in the group for them. Algeria and Senegal will head away from Mongomo, where they've both been based, and will go and play in Malabo, in the capital. Might well depart tomorrow after this game to the capital. Ayew got a bit of a knock there, still down on the pitch, and the referee has called a halt to play so we can get some treatment. Now Ayew very quickly back up on his feet. In the meantime, Ghana to make a change. Jordan Ayew to go off, and Mahatma Otu, who plays in Norway, a late selection to this lineup of the Black Stars for the Nations Cup. Well, he gets a chance. So it's a big opportunity for Otu, who will slot in alongside Jan. He has Atsu, though, for Ghana. He's looking for the free kick. Not given. Bentaleb. Neatly done by Rahman. Under a bit of pressure, too. So both coaches still looking for the win, and Avram Grant putting on another attacking player as he seeks to try and conjure up some success here. Now, this decision goes in favour of Ghana. Bajani looks a little perplexed, but Asamoah Gyan keeping his cool, not getting involved in the arguments. He will take the ball here. Surely you figure they're going to go for goal from that range. It's fairly far out, but given the absence of real set-piece opportunities from those sort of positions for Ghana in this game, Asamoah Gyan has taken control of the ball and suggested that he's going to step up and have a go. Just behind him is Wakaso, is looking fairly innocuous and innocent at the moment, but he might be the man to take it if Gyan is a bit of a decoy, because he's got a wonderfully strong left foot. But Gyan, it looks as if he fancies his chances from this range, and the skipper to take the free kick and to test Mbuli. So good chance here for Ghana as Mr. Koulibaly lays down the line. Badu there as well, but here comes Asamoah Gyan, and that is disappointing for Ghana. Not too many chances tonight on his return to the side, having missed the opening game with a mild bout of malaria. Now Otu, originally from Accra, battling here with Bugera. This will be a tough introduction to a big stage for him. The Norwegian League haven't been playing, of course. They closed their action in early November and return to league action in March, and so Otu might be a little short on match fitness as well, but he gets a cameo role here in the closing stages. Certainly enough time, though, to make a bit of a name for himself. Tyner with a tempestuous challenge on Wakaso. Out at him when it was obvious that Wakaso had turned him. You can see that grass coming up again. Still hasn't really had much time to bed down here as the new pitch was laid once Mongomo was chosen as one of the venues. They'll do a patch-up job in the hour before the next game between Senegal and South Africa, which will be kicking off at 8 p.m. local time here. Brahimi. Eglui, good running on the overlap from Manda as well. He's the decoy, though, played into the middle. Ayu. Now Gyan. Wakaso. Too strong for Harrison Aful, and so it's Algeria ball. Referee wants to allow the final change here for the Ghanaians, who are bringing on Solomon Asante from TP Mazembe in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Dede Ayu will join his brother Jordan on the bench. Disappointing night for Dede Ayew. Didn't make much of an impact. Maybe the diminutive frame of Asante can as well. We saw him in the Champions League last year. Nippy little player down the flanks. So they made all their changes now with Wakaso on, then Mahatma Otu and Solomon Asante. Slimani came on for Algeria, and Mahrez as well. They've got one more change. In from Wakaso. Dangerous bounce allowed there by Ghulam, but the first touch from Asante is one without real purpose, and perhaps lacking a bit of confidence there as well. Well, you can see what Algeria want to do in these closing stages. Bring on Fawed Khadir. That'll be the last of the switches as the attacking initiative from both teams continues. Good work from Bugera. Bugera again. Now Taida. Jan. Chance here for the Ghanaians as Asante looks to feed it into Otu. They were teammates at junior level for the Ghanaian under-20 side. And a free kick here for Ghana again. And I wonder if Jan might fancy his chances once more. So Khadir to come on as the final change in this Algerian side, and a tired-looking Brahimi, who's had little impact tonight, will depart. Khadir, 2 years ago at the Nations Cup in South Africa, was signed in the middle of the tournament by Marseille in something of a surprise move. But he lasted only 6 months there. He went to Rennes on loan last season, and this season he's been loaned out by Marseille to Betis in Spain. Been in the national team since 2010, but has been in and out of the side, hasn't been able to really command a regular place. He would slot into where Brahimi was playing in an attacking midfield role. So we've seen all the changes. Now perhaps a goal. Let's see what Wakaso can conjure up with that powerful left foot of his. He's going to chip this in though, away from Bugera. Atsu gives chase with Khadir. It's a Ghanaian throw-in. Taken here to Otu. Rahman played a little too strongly, and Mahrez might get a chance to help his defence out and clear. Ghulam. So if it stays this way, Ghana's Nations Cup hopes will still be alive, but they'll be hanging by a rather thin thread. They'll be hoping that certainly South Africa can get a result against Senegal in the next game, and then Ghana, of course, would have to beat South Africa in their last match here in Mongomo on Tuesday night. For Algeria, a point would move them on to 4, put them temporarily top of the group, and they can remain that way if South Africa can beat Senegal. And one other pertinent permutation, if this game ends goalless or in a tie, is that a victory tonight for Senegal would win them a place in the next round. They'd be the first team through officially to the quarterfinals if it's a draw here and Senegal win against South Africa. That's coming up just over an hour from now. Asante looking for Otu. Chases on here. The former Hearts of Oak player is Mahatma Otu. Good header from Jonathan Mensah. Rahman. Ajiman Badu in the middle of the park. Ghana, they know they've got to press forward now and look for a result. Asamoah Gyan. Well, it was a miscue in defence there by the Algerians, but Gyan unable to pounce onto it. Still they keep coming though. Amate. At the same time as they press forward here in these closing stages, Ghana got to be conscious of the fact that they can't leave any gaps at the back for Algeria to exploit on the counter, because second successive defeat and they can start packing their bags for home. We have 3 minutes to be added on. So forward will go Christian Atsu. Once again, Wakaso to take it. Bends it in. Little flick on there from Rahman, but straight through to the goalkeeper. Anxious moment or two there in the Algerian defence. Another foul for Ghana. Wakaso. Avram Grant looking at the referee and suggesting that certainly was worthy of a yellow. They haven't had the rub of the green as far as the refereeing calls have been concerned today, the Black Stars, but they've continued to press nevertheless. They're running out of time now. Long range effort from Aful, and it'll be cleared away. There's danger though, with just the 2 men at the back. Aful's got to go all the way back to his goalkeeper, who's going to be under a little bit of pressure here now. The Algerians cleverly looking to use the counter. Prima not clearing terribly far, and he allows the chance here for Algeria to keep the ball up in the Ghanaian half. Now it's gone in the other direction. Gyan on the chase against Medjani. Gyan! Goal for Ghana! Dramatic finish, the pace of Asamoah Gyan, and Ghana have grabbed it in the closing stages. What drama here again in Mongomo. The pace and the power and the skill of Asamoah Gyan. You give him half a chance and he'll punish you. Fabulous pace there. He just beat Benjani for pure speed. He starts from behind him, he gets past him. There's the shot in the back of the net. No chance for the keeper. Lovely ball in from Wakaso. And Asamoah Gyan, in stoppage time, puts the Black Stars back in the Orange Africa Cup of Nations. It took a long time, but it came in the end. The goal that separates these two sides. Difficult bouncing ball for the Algerian, and a smile for Avram Grant. Finally, some celebration here. for the coach of Ghana. Well, they missed him obviously in the first game, Asamoah Gyan. But his quality and his contribution again emphasized with a tremendous goal right at the end of this game. Now Ghana going to just have to hold on here. Well, that's the look of a man who can hardly believe it. There it is, the Black Stars are the victors here. It's relief, it's joy, and it's a continued presence in this competition for Ghana. A big win tonight over the Algerians.